Every reputable web design agency needs a marketing website of their own. In today's digital landscape, your marketing website is one of the very first things potential clients will look at when considering doing business with your company. In essence, it's the backbone of your business, a digital storefront that helps you showcase your services, look more professional, and establish credibility. Hi guys, I'm Justin, CEO and co-founder of SiteSwan Website Builder, and if you're here today, chances are you recently signed up with SiteSwan and have not launched your marketing website just yet. Maybe you've been on board with us for a while and have just been putting it off, or maybe you finished your site and just want to make sure you did it correctly. Well, I'm here today to help you walk through that process, step by step, of getting your reseller marketing website off the ground and optimized for success. To start, please take a moment and find the chat box or the questions box, whichever you see, I never know. And let me know if you can hear and see me, and let me know where you're connecting from. Please get familiar with that chat because that's how I want to communicate with you during this session today. I have moderators with me to help talk to you while I'm talking, since I can't do two things at the same time. I'm also going to ask you several questions, so you might even share some details about your site that you don't want anyone else to see. So I want you to know that only myself and my moderators can see what you type into the chat, so don't be shy and start by saying hello. Now, to help drive today's discussion, I want to know what the current status is of your marketing website. Either you're just getting started, meaning you haven't done anything yet, which is perfectly fine. If that's your answer, type J for just getting started into the chat. Or your site is a work in progress, meaning you started to do something to it, but it's not live yet. If that's the case, type W if that's you. Or maybe you're here to see what steps you might have missed or what you could be doing better, but the site is done technically and already live. If that's you, type D for done into the chat. All right? And let's see what we got here. Ooh, lots of W's. I saw that one coming. Okay, so all you folks got started, made some forward progress, just haven't launched yet. I will say this, it's a lot easier than you think. Okay? So based on that, if you typed in J or W into the chat, answer this next question for me, okay? What's been the biggest struggle for launching your site? Here are your four options. Number one, you're not sure where to start? Type S for start into the chat. Number two, you haven't had time to work on it yet. Type T for time into the chat. Or number three, you're missing elements that you need for your marketing website, like photos, a logo, etc. So type M for missing into the chat. Or four, you design your agency's website but want to make sure you did it right. So type R into the chat. If you've got a different reason, then by all means, type that into the chat instead. Okay? And you guys are plugging away here. Wow, these are fairly evenly dispersed. I like to see that. Interesting. Look, like anything new, it can sometimes be a challenge of knowing exactly where to start and making the time for it, having all the pieces in place and knowing you did it right. All these reasons are valid for sure. Luckily, we make it really easy to set up and launch your marketing website for your agency, which we're going to cover today. So when you become a SiteSwan reseller, if you haven't already, as you know, we give you a marketing website for your agency, and shortly after you sign up, you receive a notification letting you know it's been added into your account. So let's check this out. I'm going to click into the dashboard here, and we are going to poke around. So in your account, you're going to have just one and only one link in your dashboard. So let's click on it. This is what it looks like. So as soon as you click on this link from your dashboard, you're instantly logged into the account to make edits. That's why you see these things popping up and these tabs across the top. So I want you to appreciate how great this site looks. This is not your run-of-the-mill agency website, okay? This is a stunning, high-quality, professional website with beautiful imagery, clear calls to action, and expertly written content that's been personalized for your brand. It's got 8 pages of content, including a page with examples, a pricing page, and even a blog page with 10 blogs done for you. The articles are already there to help you establish trust and credibility among small businesses. This is more than just a website. It's a powerful marketing tool for you to use to help you promote your web design agency, showcase your work, attract customers, and generate leads. This site is awesome. I just want to stop and point out that if you were to hire someone to build you a website like this, you can easily expect to pay $3,000 to $5,000 and a couple $100 per month. I'm telling you, this site alone is worth a SiteSwan subscription all by itself and can help position you as an expert in your field and catapult your agency from day one. That's why it's so important to get your website up and running as quickly as possible. Now, the good news is that this site is pretty much 90% done, which is why only 5 steps are really needed to effectively launch your site. So, let's go through them. So in today's session, I'm going to go over the 5 steps you'll need to take to launch your marketing website, which are to upload your logo, customize your site design, review your plans and pricing, connect your domain name, and submit your site to the search engines. It's very straightforward and easy to do. I'm going to walk you through all these steps one by one, and then I'm going to go through some of my tips for success that I suggest that you implement. This is from my own personal experience running a web design firm, as well as from watching the thousands of resellers on our platform do the right thing. We'll wrap it up by answering any questions you have so you can overcome any obstacles you're facing and get your site off the ground today. Ultimately, that's my goal for today's session. Launch your site today. In fact, I have 2 moderators, like I said, on with me, ready to answer your questions, assist you through the process. So feel free to type your questions at any point while I'm presenting. I don't care. I'll also answer questions at the end, though. And before I forget, today's session is being recorded. So once this session is over, the recording will automatically replay, and we'll also send out a copy of this recording. By the way, we've also got a really good training video on launching your marketing site in the resources section of your dashboard. Have you all been getting the training videos and finding them useful? I would love to know that. Let's do this. If you have been going through the training videos, write T1, T for training, T1. If you haven't been going through the SiteSwan Training Academy, write T2 in the chat. I'm actually curious here who's done it and who hasn't. If you're writing T2 right now, that's okay. I'm not going to bust your chops, but I would highly recommend you convert yourself to a T1 like ASAP, because that training material is super, super important. So let's begin. The first step to launching your marketing website is to upload a logo, like we just said. But before I show you how to do that, let's just talk about your logo for a quick minute, okay? Every web design agency should have a logo. Your logo is the most identifiable visual element of your brand. It represents your company, what you do, and who you serve. It's one of the first things a visitor will see when they come to your marketing website and is prominently displayed on every page of your site. It's not only going to make your site look better, but a logo is going to give you a sense of identity. It's going to allow you to build trust, and it's going to help you appear more professional. For these reasons, it's super important that your logo looks its best. I'm kind of curious, actually, who's here in the chat. Tell me if you have a logo for your brand yet. If you do, put L1 into the chat. I also want to know how you went about getting it. So if you had someone professionally design it, where'd you go for that? Do you have a friend who's a graphic designer? Did you go to Fiverr? What's the deal? Now, while you might be tempted to design a logo yourself, and that's ultimately okay, we do recommend leaving it to the pros. For those of you who don't have a logo yet, I want to give you a couple ideas on how to go about getting one. The first option is to let us do it. So we have a professional logo designers on staff who will be able to create a beautiful logo for your business, and we're very experienced at designing agency logos. You just tell us the name of your company, the colors you want to use, and anything else you'd like to share, and we'll come up with a few options for you to choose from. The whole process takes about a week from start to finish and costs $199, and you're going to have a professional logo that you can use not only on your site, but also for your social media pages, your business cards, your marketing material, your billboards, your company apparel if you want to get shirts or hats made, or anything else that you want to use it for. Our logo designs look great and are well worth the investment. But if you're on a really tight budget, another option is to go to a site like Fiverr.com. Once you're there, you can just type in logo design, and you'll see that there are logo design options at all different price points. You might even find a solution like Canva or something similar to help you design a logo on the cheap. So feel free to shop around. Don't feel obligated to use us, but just make sure you get a logo designed for your business, and you want to make a positive first impression with it. So getting it designed professionally is always the best. Look, worst case though, if you really don't have the budget or the time to invest in a new logo, then just use the icon that we give you. I don't want you to get hung up on this and delay your launch. You can always add in a logo later on. All right? So I'm going to show you how to add your logo to your marketing website. You ready? All right. So once you have your logo done, you're going to go to the Design tab, which is up here and accessible to you when you are logged in. And you're going to click this button that says Upload Logo right over here. Then we're going to take our logo file and bring it into the site. And you'll see how the logo goes up here into the top left corner of my site, and you can adjust the sizing as needed. I'm going to dial that down just a little bit so it looks like that. Now, I want to point something out. I know what you're thinking. You love your logo, especially if you have us design it for you, and you want everyone to see it, but don't blow it up too big. Unfortunately, no one will ever care, admire, or love your logo as much as you do. Okay, so keep it a normal size. And I'm also going to delete the text over here because the business name is in the logo, so we don't need to repeat it. Something else worth noting, see how this logo is a lot wider than it is tall, okay? And see how nicely it tucks into the top corner of the site? That's something that if you have us do your logo, we'll know to do. But if you go elsewhere for the logo, ask them to design it in a way that gives it similar proportions like this, where it's wider than it is tall. All right? So that step is complete. Just click our Save button, and we are done. Once you upload your logo, the next step is to begin customizing your site design by incorporating your brand colors and even fonts throughout the site. By utilizing your brand's colors and fonts from your logo throughout your marketing website, you'll create a cohesive look and feel. So, let's go back to what we're doing. On the Design tab, we're going to head back there and start with our site-wide fonts. I don't always recommend changing these, but this is just where you can make a modification. Sometimes people will choose a different title or paragraph font based on the fonts that are being used in the logo. I'm not going to bother changing that because ultimately you don't really need to, but I will go ahead and show you what it's like to change the colors of your marketing site. I want to draw your attention to this section that says brand colors. So you'll see by default you have one brand color, which is this teal color. Since our logo in this example is made up primarily of an orangey red color, let's go ahead and change this teal brand color to something that aligns with what we have here. So I'm going to go into my orangey red section, and I'm going to choose something like this. Now watch what's cool about this. I can just scroll down, okay, and you can see a live update of how this one change will affect the entire look and feel of the site. So when you adjust your brand colors, the entire site will fall right in line with your brand. It's such a cool feature and makes customizing your site a snap. Now you can add more brand colors if you want, but since this site only has one brand color, I don't recommend forcing yourself to adding any extras because this one change alone will have a very significant impact on how the site looks and keep it all on brand. Now, I'm going to save my changes by clicking OK. These are the only design changes I want you to make. Do not touch the layout. Don't touch anything else. This is it. In terms of making your site look good, your work is done. Okay? Promise me that, please. Promise me you will stop here. Now remember, you can also make changes to your website content too. Feel free to replace any images, add a photo of yourself on the About page, or even mention any additional services you offer on the services page, but don't make this a requirement for launching the site. You can always come back and do it later. While it's important that your marketing site looks good and professional, you shouldn't sweat the small stuff, okay? It's easy to get caught up in perfecting the minor details of your own site when you should actually be focusing your efforts on gaining clients and growing your business. Now we're on to step 3, the pricing page of your marketing website. That comes with pre-populated suggested retail pricing for both the upfront design fee and the monthly service fees that you will charge your clients. Our average suggested price for a basic 5-page website is $499 upfront for the setup fee, plus $49 per month. This default pricing is extremely competitive and works well in just about any market. You'll be hard-pressed to find another agency in your area with these low rates who can offer a site with as much value as you can with the SitesOne platform. Remember though, you are in complete control over how much you charge your clients. It's not uncommon for resellers to charge more than the default prices, especially if you get more comfortable on the platform and your skills improve. But if you're struggling to figure out your rates or how much you should be charging, we do have some helpful articles in our blog, which you're encouraged to check out. So if I want to make changes to my publicly displayed pricing, all I have to do is go to the pricing page of my site. And once I'm on this page, I simply hover over my post and click on Edit. And then I can make the appropriate changes to the text. I can just modify this to whatever I want it to be. I can click over here and modify my monthly price. I can modify my reputation management price. You notice, of course, we do have recommended pricing for reputation management service as well. And here we list the default pricing to be $99 a month, which is very affordable for small businesses, but still yields very good margins for you. Okay? You make your changes, change your colors, whatever you want to do, click post, and you are done. All right, we're on to step 4 already, which is to connect your domain name. If you've already purchased a domain name, you can connect it now to your marketing website. Who's got a domain name already? Do me a favor, type D1 into the chat if you bought a domain name already. And if you know where you bought it from, type that in too. We always like to see that. If you don't know where you got it from, then just type D1. But if you don't have a domain name yet, do not delay on this. The sooner you can get your site launched, the better. And I'll show you how to do that. Let's go back to what we're looking at. Now, once we're back logged into the site, we are going to click over to our settings tab up top. And you're just going to type in your domain name right here. So whatever your domain name is, whatever your .com is, type it in here. Webworkstudio.com, okay? And then you're going to click here for your instructions. It's just a matter of updating a few settings. By the way, these are the same steps that you will need to follow for your clients' sites going live, so it is a good idea to get comfortable with the process. Of course, if you have any trouble, do not hesitate to reach out to our support team. We're more than happy to assist you or even connect your domain name for you. We don't care. We'll do it for you. And if you still haven't registered a domain name yet, don't put it off any longer. Connecting a domain is a required step to launching your marketing website. And if you don't have it, I'll tell you where to buy it. Click on Buy a Domain Name, okay? You can do it from wherever you want, but this is my personal favorite, cheapandeasydomains.com. And as their name implies, prices are affordable. I find them the easiest to work with. Definitely check them out. So if you don't have a domain name yet, I'll give you some suggestions on selecting one. You're going to want to choose a domain name that aligns with your brand and choose something that conveys professionalism, credibility, and trustworthiness to customers. Typically, your domain name is the same or very similar to your actual business name or your agency name. For example, if your agency name is WebWork Studio, like I showed you, you would want to look for a domain name like webworkstudio.com or .net or .co or .website or whatever you want to do, okay? Just make sure that the domain itself is relatively short and easy to read and spell. And once again, our recommended vendor is cheapandeasydomains.com, which it looks like a lot of you who have domains actually went there for one. Nice job. All right. Now you're in good shape. Get that domain secured and pointed live. We're at the finish line here. Step 5, the last thing you want to do, that is to submit your marketing site to the search engines. And you can easily do that with our search engine submission tool in your dashboard. While there is a good chance that the search engines will index your site organically over time, think of this tool as a shortcut to getting your site ranked faster on the search engines. We're basically notifying the search engines immediately that your site is now live and instructing them to crawl your site for content. Submitting your website URL to search engines can help improve search engine rankings, increase online visibility, and help drive traffic to your website. So for that reason, we highly recommend that you submit your marketing website and even your clients' websites to the major search engines as early as possible and as frequently as possible. So when you are in your dashboard, let's go back over here. We're just simply going to go to Sites and then Search Engine Submission. Once here, all you have to do is just select the site, which is right here. You only have one in your account. And then you are going to choose your option. We offer 2 options for you to choose from. The first one is a one-time submission option. This will submit your site to the search engines one time with just one click. The second option is monthly submission. So if you choose this option, we'll automatically resubmit your site every month to let the search engines know they should crawl your site again for new content. This is a great way to make sure that search engines are aware of updates or any new content that's been added to your site. I highly recommend this option. As I mentioned, this is something you should be offering to your website clients as well. It's a great way to help improve traffic to their site, and you can even upcharge your customers on this service. And there you have it. 5 steps to launching your marketing website. Now here are my tips for success to help you get your site launched quickly and efficiently. Number 1, aim for a fast launch. Don't get caught up in the small details. Instead, aim to get your site launched quickly so you can focus on other aspects of your business like sales. Number 2, get a professional logo designed. If you don't already have one, I strongly encourage you to get one created ASAP. I reviewed a few different resources for you to use to get a logo created, and again, our design team has created hundreds of logos over the years, and we're happy to create one for you. Number 3, keep your prices affordable. Don't think you have to be expensive to show your value. Especially if you're just starting out, it's best to keep your prices affordable so you can grow your business and clientele without any price objections. Number 4, ensure your contact info is correct. This is one of the most important elements of your marketing website, and if you don't have your contact information listed, then prospects won't know how to contact you. At a minimum, make sure you have your name, email address, and the best phone number to contact you on your site. Finally, remember there is no such thing as perfect. Like anything else, your marketing website is a work in progress, so don't think you need to have it perfect, but continue to make changes and updates as you see fit. If anyone needs help launching their site, we'll be more than happy to help you. In fact, I challenge everyone on this call to get their site launched before the end of the week. And if you find yourself at a standstill during the setup process, we are here to help. Just reach out to our support team and we'll help you get your site up and running quickly. I know we covered a lot of information today, and I hope after today's presentation, many of you feel inspired to get your marketing website launched. And it looks like my moderators have been doing an excellent job of answering your questions. All right. I'm not going to read all the questions, so I'll just handpick a few to read and answer them right now. All right, let's start with this one. I like this one. Devin said, I deleted/messed up my site. How do I get a new one? All right. If you deleted your marketing website or want to start from scratch, you can create a new one from our themes. We offer the same design as a theme. I believe it's labeled Web Designer. So you can choose that and start customizing it with the tips I suggested in today's presentation. All right, just go to the Create New Site screen, find it. You can type an agency or website or web designer or anything like that. You should be able to pull it up. All right, next question from Sarah. Why does it say client billing not set up next to my marketing website in my dashboard? Do I need to pay extra for it? Ha 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 ha. All right, good question. So you're going to notice in your dashboard next to your marketing site, let me go back to it, that it's going to say billing not set up and encourage you to set up. You do not have to do anything with this. You do not have to charge yourself, obviously, for the site. The reason you see this is that we treat your site just like all the rest of your sites in your account. So it's going to look just like those, and you technically have the option to set up billing for it. Not that you would. So just ignore this button, okay? It has no impact on your site actually being live, okay? All right. I like this one. I'm going to read this one. This is from Susie. She's saying, it's not really a question, but she says, thank you for doing this session today. It's been super helpful. Special thanks to Brian who helped me connect my domain name. You guys are the best. Well, thank you, Susie. We really appreciate that. And yes, kudos to Brian. He leads our customer support team. He's very, very helpful and is always available to lend a hand if anyone gets stuck. All right, I see a question here from Chris. He asked, my site doesn't look like that. I signed up at SitesOne a few years ago. All right, I think I know what's going on here. So if you're noticing differences between your current marketing site and the one I used to demonstrate today, chances are you might be using an older template. So if you like what I showed you, I'd suggest that you create a new one using the theme I mentioned. Let's just go and show you that real quick since you're the second person who asked. We'll go to Create. We'll type in Design, if I could spell that right. Here it is, right here, Web Designer. We technically have another one you can choose from, but this is the one I was featuring today. All you got to do is type your business name in here, any of the information you want to include, and click Create Site, and you are good to go. All right. John asked an interesting question here. How do I allow people to purchase a site directly from my marketing website? All right. I'm glad you asked this, John, because we do get this question a lot, and let me go through this with you. Allowing people to purchase a website for their business from you sounds awesome and like something you'd use all the time, but let me explain. People sometimes have the false expectation that businesses will come to your marketing website, choose a payment plan, and just purchase a site from you without first speaking to you. Sounds attractive, but the purchase behavior of business owners when it comes to buying a website for their business is not click and pay. The reality is that no one's going to come to your site and submit payment without having a conversation with you first, or at least seeing what their site will look like first. Every website client's unique, and you want to make sure that they're a good fit for your services and that you'll be able to meet their requirements anyway. So the best way to do that is by having a conversation with them first. Ultimately, you'll want to make sure you can meet the client's expectations. You want to agree on a price so you can avoid the headaches and hassles of issuing refunds if you later find out it's not a good fit. All right, let's go through a short list then. So here are some things you would need to discuss before you assign a price to a website project and before they can submit payment for their site. All right, you're going to want to look at how many pages they're going to need. You're going to want to figure out what their expectations are. You're going to want to make sure if their needs actually align with what you provide. You are going to want to figure out, do they have feature requests or added functionality that might make the project more expensive to complete? You might also ask yourself if there are any other services you can offer to them that will impact the price, like reputation management. All right. So these are all some of the things that you're going to have to take into consideration. And for these reasons, we recommend using your marketing website to showcase your work, build credibility, generate leads, and then just follow our recommended sales process that includes having an initial conversation with the business owner first, offering a free demo design, scheduling a time to present it to them to ensure they're happy with it and your work and the price. And when that's all done, you can still collect payment remotely through our client billing feature. And you can securely charge them the upfront setup fee and the monthly service fee. They could type the card in themselves, and that'll automatically be processed every single month. This, what I'm describing, is a proven sales process that has worked for hundreds of resellers, thousands of sites, tens of thousands of sites. And if you need, I have a link. I'll have my moderators post to the article that states a lot of this. Type in billing if you need help. And moderators, it's called Can I Accept Payment from Clients, directly through my marketing website if you want to locate that article and post it if anyone has a question about billing. All right. Next up, Sean asks, should I be concerned that my site looks like all the other sites on resellers? All right, first, no. That's the short answer. Even if you just upload a logo and change the colors, though, mess with the fonts a little bit, your site will not resemble other resellers. It's going to immediately look different. And if you want, you can change the hero image out, that guy, to someone else or yourself or whatever. But it's not like small businesses are seeing any other reseller sites. And if they did, believe me, they wouldn't pick up on it or even care for that matter. And in terms of content, we personalize the content for each reseller based on the core keywords, including your business name and location. So no two sites will be identical or be flagged for duplicate content if that was a concern of yours. So don't worry about it one bit. All right. Cindy asked, how can I add more screenshots to my examples page? Great question, Cindy. So if you want to use our themes, you can actually just grab them from the SitesOne website or the Create New Site screen. So let me just show you what that looks like real quick. I'm not going to spend long on this, but all right. Let's go to sitesone.com/themes. And here we post images of all of the themes that we have. And you could just grab this image, drag it to your desktop, okay? And then go back to your site, go to the example screen, and then you can edit this post. And you can click Add New Images and upload the image that you just downloaded. And it'll just get added to the end of the gallery, easy breezy, and you're all done. Okay? Let's see what else. Peter said, I can't decide on a name for my agency. What should I do? All right. If you find yourself struggling to select a name for your agency, there's a couple things you can do. First, try brainstorming, okay? Seek out some inspiration from personal experiences or your hobbies or the web design industry as a whole. We actually have a great blog article on this. It provides tips on how to choose a name for your web design business. Moderators, if anyone asks this, it's called How to Select. Let me see if I can find it. How to select the best business name for your web design agency. Thank you, Tony Joey. Good. All right. Okay. What was I saying? What did you ask me? I forgot. You want to know deciding on a name. Thank you. Hello. All right. You can also try using an AI business name generator. I found this one called Namelix, L-I-X, Namelix. Just find some creative suggestions. Just put in some keywords. Help you find a business name. And if you feel that this is just something that you need one-on-one help with, reach out to our support team. We'll be happy to help with suggestions also. So literally our support does everything, okay? Everything from business name suggestions to technical support to everything in between. All right. So I would suggest that once you have a kind of like a short list of potential names that you like, check the domain name and the social media availability, just to make sure you can get good domain names and stuff like that and usernames for it. And if you have trouble deciding, consider getting feedback from friends and family before making a final decision. By the way, I saw this one come through too. If you need to change your business name, there's two things you can do. Number one, you can go through the site and change all the instances of your business name wherever it appears. Or if you haven't really customized your site at all yet, then just create a new one. Do what I just showed you, where you just select in the theme, put in your new business name, and then create the site. All right? Nice and easy. All right, what else we got? Let's do one more. All right, Jake said, when I send my site to a prospective client, are they going to see all the administrative controls that I do? I tried opening the link in a new window and it logged me in. All right, let me just clear this up for you real quick. So if you're logged into your site in your browser, and if you load it up in another tab or another window of the same browser, you're still going to be logged into the platform and therefore still logged into your site. But if you access your marketing site on any other computer or even a different browser, so long as you're not logged into SiteSwan, you'll see the public version of the site with no administrative controls. So don't worry, only you can edit your marketing website. All right? All right, I'm going to stop here. I want to be respectful of everyone's time. We're going on a little bit long. But as a reminder, this presentation is being recorded, so as soon as I end the session, the recording will automatically start to play and a copy of the recording will be emailed. And another reminder, if you need any support from us, go here. The link is on the screen, support.siteswan.com, or from your dashboard, go to the drop-down, click Help, visit Support Center, and we've got your back. All right? Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I appreciate your time and attention, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Get that marketing site launched. Cue the replay.